Hello everyone, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. In today's episode, we are going to be putting a couple more Hognoses into Brumation. Also going to take a look at my Brumation setup. So I've got a bin here set up for Brumation for one of my Hognoses. This is just a mixture of cocoa core and Repti chip. It's moist but not wet. And then over here we have Hoggy. This is the father to the 11 Hognoses that I produced this year. Take a look at his setup. He's got a few hides, a log, a branch, something to climb on. Pull him out here. A little bit smaller. Been off of feed for over a month now and off of heat for a week. So we'll get him set up into his Brumation brand. Actually, normally I just let him go down in there and don't give him a hide. I'll transfer one of his hides over. And that's his setup. I'll show you the next snake. So this next snake here, this is my Super Arctic Conda 100% het albino. Not planning on breeding this guy next year, but last year he went off feed all winter. And he's already been off feed for probably about 6 weeks. So I'm actually just going to put him into Brumation for 4 weeks because he's not going to eat anyways. And hopefully he'll have a very good feeding response coming out. Beautiful snake. Very, very calm demeanor. Very nice head stamp as well. So I'm going to set these guys up on the floor for a couple days in my reptile room before I move them to Brumation. So I just got these guys set up on the floor here. Floor down here is actually pretty cold. About 70 degrees. Actually, I had them in it's my ARS rack there, and I had them on this last bottom shelf there with no heat for a week. It's pretty cool down there as well. So I'll give them a couple days on the floor before I move them into Brumation. So it's been a couple of days. I've got them moved into my Brumation room. I've got this whole rack here brumating. And a couple of animals here on the floor as well. It's very cold down there, that's why I have them down there. I put these two guys down on the bottom shelf. And I just got an AC unit cooling the room. Probably actually turn that off. So the AC goes to a vent. And the warm air is just pushed back inside my house, helps keep the house warm. So these guys are down here on this bottom rack close to the floor. I'll give them a couple of days. They're already down, buried. Give them a couple of days, and then I'll move them over here to the floor. There's Miss Piggy. And a couple of corn snakes. I'll show the temps here in a minute. So this AC unit only goes down to about 63 degrees. But over here on the floor, it actually stays pretty cold. In the high 50s. Actually, check the temp of one of these. She's sitting at about 58 degrees. So that's good. Definitely a little colder would be a little better, but it's the coolest I can get the room at the moment.